What's going on, you guys? It's Logan here with Logan's Lessons, and today it's snowing. Here, I'll show you. Some of you guys might be like, what's the big deal? It snows all the time here. Well, I'm from Texas. It doesn't all the time snow there, and now I moved to Kentucky and it snows more often, so tomorrow there should be like a couple inches of snow or something, so that'll be cool. Anyway, let's get to it. You guys came here for Chris Stapleton, not to hear me talk about snow. So, today we're going to be learning Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton and I have a long history. I don't know the guy personally, but I've been teaching his music since 2 years ago when I started teaching guitar. By the way, I do teach private one-on-one Skype lessons, and I'm willing to give you your first lesson free. My email's in the description box. Back in Texas, when I started teaching guitar lessons, I taught most of my students back down in Texas his song Broken Halos. And then we started working on songs like Tennessee Whiskey. And so I've taught several Chris Stapleton songs. So I thought I'd teach this one to you guys on YouTube, seeing that it's new. It seems to be getting quite a bit of traction in the music industry. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. You are watching Logan's Lessons. So for this song, you're gonna need your capo on your 3rd fret, like so. And we're going to be in G. Now I'm going to play my G chord like this, and you should too, with my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of my E string, my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of my A string, and my pinky on the 3rd fret of my E string, because we're going to be using our 1st finger to hammer on and pull off on the 1st fret of our B string. Just like how we did in my tutorial on Under My Skin by Bruce and Maroney. If you haven't seen that video yet, link will be right up here. So for the intro, the chord progression goes from this G chord to a C major 7, which I think is a beautiful chord. You're just going to take your C chord and lift your finger, your 1st finger off of it. I think that's beautiful. And so that's the motif there, is having this finger off and hammering it on. You see what I mean? So there are 2 places of emphasis in the strumming pattern. It's the 1st hit, then you have a little bit of filler, and then when it does the, that's just a down, down, up, 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 down. But on the up strum, the 1st up strum, you're going to put your 1st finger down, 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 up, put your finger, down, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down. And same thing with the C. And that is the intro. So for the verse, there's only a couple things that are different. First, the chord progression. You're going from G to C to D back to C, and that repeats. Second thing to note is that the D is stylized by taking your 2nd finger, your middle finger, off. Right? And then the 3rd difference is that there is twice the amount of time in between the 1st strum and the fill, if you want to call it that. You know? So this is what the verse will sound like. That repeats one more time. So then we get into the chorus, where the only hard part about this is just remembering what chords there are, because there are quite a few chords. Now the way I like to do that is to chunk it into pieces. So we're going to be taking this into 3 different pieces. First one being E minor, D, G. Then the 2nd line goes C, D, G. I played a C at 9 there instead of a C though, just for flavor, and I think that's what sounds closest to the recording, where basically you put your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of your A, your 1st finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of your D string, and then just like a G chord. Your third is going to be on the 3rd fret of your B, and then your 4th finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of your E. And then that whole thing repeats, the E, D, G to the C, D, G. And then you get the 3rd part, which is D to C at 9 again. This is the tag, technically. The strumming pattern is more or less a down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. The chords would play out like this. E minor, D, G, C, D, G. E minor, D, G, C, D, G. And D, lucky penny, the C, B, my 4-leaf clover. Back to the intro, starting over. Back into the verse. Now I'll do that slower for you so you can follow along. We're going E minor, D, G, C, D, G. E minor, D, G, C, D, G. D, C. Back into the intro. I'll leave timestamps down in the description box so you can keep going back to those sections and rehearse with me. After that, all that's left to learn is the bridge, which you're going to play by doing an A minor, which you're just going to hit once, E minor, which you're also just going to hit once, and then a G. Then A minor, the E, and then to the D. You're going to kind of stylize it like we did in the verse. Directly after that, you have another chorus, and then back to the intro, and it lands on a G. That is it for this lesson, y'all. I hope this has helped you. If it has, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified of my future videos, please hit that bell icon. I'm making a real effort to be consistent for y'all, at least once a week uploads. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Peace!